Hello! I would like to welcome you to the Laramy-K Optician Works Training Center, where today we are going to talk about presenting or dispensing that first-time progressive wearer. Welcome to Dispensing 103, presenting our very first time wearer with progressive lenses. We are going to talk about troubleshooting and rejection in upcoming videos, but it is worth mentioning here that progressive lenses are not lined bifocals. A lined bifocal, you have got a lot of wiggle room for error. For a progressive, you've got about 1 millimeter in any given direction that's incorrect, and you're going to have trouble. Wrong is wrong. In other words, you are not going to bend your way out of a poor fit for a progressive. But we'll talk about that more in an upcoming video. We're going to role play this, of course, in just a moment, but I'm going to ask Kansi, the customer, put those on for me, please. Level-headed, relaxed, looking out in the distance, is everything good? She says, yes, you're 90% of the way home already. We always start with that distance. You're not going to be jamming a reading card at them right away. Let them get comfortable, reassured, yes, things look better. Distance first. Then we're going to use that reading card. The reading card is a teaching tool. I'm going to ask her to hold this as she would, put her eyes on the print, and slowly bring her chin up and down, and she'll see where that focus comes in and out for the different sized print on that page. I will tell her that she may find that pointing her nose at what she wants to look at will help her adapt to using the progressive lens. We will reinforce that she has all of the ranges she needs because she has a progressive, distance, intermediate, variable intermediate, and near. She will find those ranges by moving her head, moving her eyes within the lens, moving her body, or perhaps even moving the object that she's looking at. Yes, a progressive lens may take up to 2 weeks of adaptation time to getting used to using them. We are not talking about power or prescription problems if they are rejecting them and saying they hurt or they can't see or things are blurry. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about literally the technique of using a progressive lens that can take up to 2 weeks' time. We are going to encourage her, just like we did with lined bifocals, not to wear them out the door. I'm going to ask her to wear them around the house where she's familiar with things, watch TV, read a magazine, walk around, get familiar with them before going out with them. Why? Because she does have some loss of peripheral vision, driving, might want to get used to that before just walking out the front door of the optical shop and into her car. Going to talk again about moving her office around. She may need to move her chair. She may need to move her desk. She may need to move her monitor. She may need to lift it, angle it. Very important in the process of getting used to wearing a progressive lens. Cover all that in just a second when Kansi, the customer, arrives. Not going to talk to my customer about this, but I do want to plant this seed once again, for those of you who haven't watched all the other amazing videos that we have on progressives. What is the rule of progressives? Say it with me. Every time power increases in any area of a progressive lens, sphere, cylinder, ad, overall distortion across the entire lens increases as well. First time wearer here, she's going to be pretty easy. add power is low. Hopefully your distance powers aren't bad. Hopefully there hasn't been a big change. She's going to pop them on and get used to them. Remember, as people age and powers increase, especially add power, the progressive gets a little bit more fussy to work with. Kansi, the customer, has in fact arrived. Let's hit the dispensing table. Kansi, the customer, is here once again to work with us. How are you this morning?
Good.
Good.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. How is the Monday off thing working out for you?
Very good.
Good.
It's doing awesome.
Very excellent. Kansi is an artist on the side, and she does her own thing on Mondays after she leaves here doing these video shoots. Today we are talking about dispensing the pair of progressives for the very first time. Ready?
Ready.
First thing I'm going to do is make absolutely certain that I've got a progressive. I do. That looks good. I've got a big note here at the bottom here. It says first time wearer, first time progressive. It's very important to know that is something you do want to convey to other people you work with in some way, since you may not be the person who also sells the glasses and then turns around and dispenses them. You must know if it's the first pair because you must cover what we're about to do. Put those on for me if you would, please. I'm going to take a quick glance, make sure nothing got bent or twisted or something's just crazy. It looks good. Eyes just about where it should be for a progressive. Good. Just like we did last time. Okay, level-headed, looking out in the distance, are things clear?
Yeah. Different, but yes.
Right.
Woo.
That is very typical to what you're going to hear. What did we talk about last time we were together? Shut up, sit, wait, let her get used to it. A progressive lens is a different thing to wear. Give her a moment. When I talk about in the distance, I really mean that. Hopefully you have a window where you work. I want her well out past 20 feet. I want her looking all the way down the hallway. I do not want her looking just across at, the reception counter or something. That's in her intermediate. And no, that's not going to be clear when she's wearing a progressive and has a need for one. So make sure, level-headed, truly looking out into the distance. Have her confirm. Yeah, it's a little different, but it's sharp, it's good, it's clear. Once she says that, we're 90% of the way home already. And we'll talk about troubleshooting in, I think, 2 or 3 weeks or months at this point. Let's see. Once we're there, then I'm going to switch to my reading card. And my reading card, as we talked about last time, is a teaching tool. Now, the other option, I don't have a computer here, and I'll bring one out for our next video about office progressives. If her main focus is working computer intermediate distance, you could certainly offer to switch places, which is what we're going to do next week when we get together. You have a computer screen, so well, why don't you come over here and switch, and we'll make sure that it works for that. But reading card does a good job because there is intermediate size computer screen size fonts on this, and she can hold it a little bit further out. So if you would you take that, put your eyes on this print right here,
Okay.
and then slowly bring your chin up and down while leaving your eyes on the print. And you should be able to find where that comes in and out of focus.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Got it?
You have to play with it, but yes.
Yeah. Not uncommon, completely expected. You're going to want to move your head. Mm-hmm. You're going to be moving your eye behind the lens, so to speak, to find this spot. You're going to have to move your body a little bit. You did. Your head went back just a little bit. Your arms went out just a tiny bit to kind of fine tune. Completely normal, expected, perfect. And again, you might want to move the object that you've got. What you will find is also going to be very helpful is to point your nose at what you want to look at. Well, very, very deliberate.
Okay, that's a good, that makes sense.
Yeah, people find that helps out quite a bit. You may also want to rearrange your desk at work a little bit. When you get there, you might want to move your monitor up, tilt it more, move your desk, push it a little further away, a little closer, change your chair or whatever. That'll help as well. Find that sweet spot, 'cause you're probably on there. Of course, you have an Office Progressive, but we'll talk about that next time. That might make things a little bit more comfortable as well. Now, you will notice there is a little bit of loss of peripheral vision. If you do what you just did, if you keep your head still and look way out, you see where it gets kind of a little blurry, funky, weird. Totally normal. You can't get past that in a progressive lens.
Okay.
Point your nose, and I don't want you wearing those out. And we'll put those in a case. We'll send you home. Wear them where you're familiar with things. Wear them around the house.
Okay.
Pick up a magazine, watch TV, go look out the window into the distance. Wear them for a day around the house. Then start wearing them out and about.
Okay.
And do be careful at driving it first. Make sure you're turning your head to look at things you need to see.
Okay. Oh, lots of learning.
Yeah. And we talked about this before. They're really, really good at everything. They're not really great for anything either. If you have a hobby, you paint, you spend a lot of time in a very specific distance, any long-term task, you are going to want a single vision pair made up at some point. It's just so much more comfortable for you than trying to have that head in that little tiny area to work with. But get you through the day. They're just about perfect.
Okay. Sounds good.
Very good. Every time you have a new progressive wearer, work on this, rewind it, listen to it again, go through the motions, role play with your coworkers if you are new at this. I can't stress this enough. You cannot miss this stuff. You've got to go through this every time with a new progressive wearer. One of the most important reasons is you don't want to remake. If you don't teach her, she doesn't know, she gets frustrated, she comes back and says, I don't want these, I'm going to return them. You're taking hundreds to thousands of dollars. You have an unhappy customer. She's going to go on Yelp and complain. You don't want that stuff. And it's all avoidable. Just do your job and have the conversation that we just had. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching us on Facebook, please give us a like. Watching us on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there in the corner. It really does help us out. And make certain that every progressive lens that you dispense comes from Laramy-K. I will see you again next week. Sorry, peripheral. Peripheral what? Peripheral. Vision. Yeah, there we go.